Hey, everybody, and welcome back to the Melchelle Show.
Woo!
Today, we got some really special guests with
Yes.
us. We got the Drop Lab team in the
Rob's
building.
in the building. Give me. Yeah. Give me.
We got Mr.
I need some claps for Drop.
Oh, yeah, we need something more. Yeah, there we go. We got Mr. Shane Winter with us, and we got our newest
The
friend,
man, the myth, the legend.
Mr. P Fire. How are you guys doing?
Good. Thanks so much for having us.
Yeah,
I
welcome
appreciate your
to
time.
welcome. Go
Well,
ahead.
look,
man.
look. Shane came all the way from New York City. They say if you can make it there, you can make it anywhere, right, Shane? Is
Yeah.
that where you from originally, or you? How long are you from New York? Or
Yeah,
you
born and raised.
born and raised? Oh, okay.
Okay.
He's a New Yorker.
Yeah.
You can't tell by that suit. You can't tell.
Right.
Fashions, right?
And P. Fire, you from New York too, right?
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
Down
So
here
we
since
got.
high school though.
Okay, all right. So you got love for both sides,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
There you go. All
Best
right.
of both worlds.
There you
Yeah.
go. All right.
I think he's a Vegas native now, though, right?
100%.
Yeah.
100%.
Hey,
They
man,
said
I
you
don't know.
been here.
New York gonna hear about that, man. You know,
Oh, politics. I forgot.
they
Sorry.
take ownership of their people now. Yeah.
That's a fact.
Okay.
But we got something very special, man. My wife and I, we went
Yes.
out there to New York a couple months ago. Make sure you
So
watch the
much fun.
vlogs. We got the Drop Lab vlogs with
Big
Melchelle
fun.
out there in New York City.
Yeah.
And we got something legendary, epic, and huge
Yes.
that we're bringing to the Las Vegas Valley. This partnership, I think is really going to change the world. And
Oh,
I
yeah.
said it.
Sure.
I'm saying that both. If you understand Web 3
Oh, yeah.
and what that is, which you're going to get a little bit of that right now.
Right.
Web 3. And if you understand hip hop culture,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
And when you bring those two things together.
Oh, my
100%.
goodness.
Give me. Okay, right.
I like Bell Show, right?
I love the sounds.
Right.
Yeah, man. So Shane, you are an expert at the table right now.
Yeah.
For the people, they done been hearing with the blockchain
Yeah.
and the NFT and the
NFT,
crypto and
Crypto.
the metaverse. They like, what
What
the
is
hell
it?
is Web3? Go ahead, Shane. Tell us a little. I mean, give us in your best words. What is this whole thing about?
Yeah. It's a difficult concept to kind of wrap your head
Exactly.
around. Yeah. So I understand. How just speaking to people in my own life, how the confusion can arise. But I think it's once that switch clicks,
yeah.
it makes all the sense in the world that that's where we're heading.
Yeah.
But I just see Web3 as just the evolution of the internet, not to pack as many buzzwords into one sentence as I can, so right now, and the best way to understand it is maybe comparing it to where we are right now.
Okay.
Just in everyday life, you go to there's only 5 or 6 websites that you pretty frequently
Right.
visit, right? Facebook Meta now,
right.
your Apple devices to get Netflix, these sort of
Amazon.
Amazon, of course.
Amazon
yeah.
is big.
Yeah.
Those large companies that provide a lot of the internet services that we've come so close to and use every day. And you type in your an email address, a password. If you forget that, you have to go through an entire recovery process.
Right. We hate that.
Our story of our lives over here.
Annoying. Yeah.
I always forget my password.
Okay.
I'm in trouble right now with my phone. Look.
Yeah.
Heaven forbid it's maybe an email that
Yeah.
an
You don't
account
have no
that
more?
Yep.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's the worst.
Yeah.
Then everything you did on that site is
Yep.
inaccessible, lost forever. But somebody owns it, right? 'Cause
Yep.
it's out
Right.
there. Then
Yeah.
that somebody that owns it are the Amazons, the Facebooks of the world that are basically centralizing your data on their servers,
Right.
and then using that data, to monetize their own company.
Agenda, right.
Exactly.
That makes sense.
When it rightfully belongs to you. So Web3 is just a collection of, the kind of, you could call them software applications, but it's more like protocols, like, the popular ones are NFTs,
Right.
DeFi, decentralized finance.
Yes.
Okay.
Augmented reality, all of these things that come to bind to kind of shift the control of your digital identity
Right.
and the assets you own, like a password or a Netflix account, to something that's not being owned by one of the larger companies, to something that's being owned by yourself.
By yourself.
By your person.
So it cuts out the middleman with Web3.
Couldn't have said it better.
No more middleman. Just us. We own our data, right?
Exactly.
I survived being a
Okay.
middleman back in the day.
And I cheated a little bit because I was in a great presentation these gentlemen just had at the STEM Center. Shout out to the STEM Center, Nevada
STEM
part of STEM
Center.
Right over there.
Yeah, it was
Right.
great over
Yeah.
there. And so kind of piggybacking off of that discussion that we were already kind of having, one of the things that really shocked me in your presentation was that basically now with Web3, right, can you guys imagine this? We have the opportunity now
Right.
to get paid as the consumers of advertising.
Right.
That, right?
That's huge.
You're already seeing the ads, but imagine now you actually getting paid for viewing these ads that they're always pumping down our throat on these platforms, right? But
Right.
now the money is going to be circulated in a way where we can get paid, the developers of the Web3 platforms can get paid.
Right.
Can you kind of elaborate on a little bit on that, Shane, that you were talking about?
Oh yeah, and this, there's a lot of advantages that are going to come from the Web3, that are in the future,
Yeah.
emerging. But there's some things like what Melvin's just describing that are already here. The
Right.
idea that you can, instead of a news aggregating website like the New York Times or CNN, instead of them making money for the attention that you give to the ads on their website,
Right.
you can flip that on its head and actually get paid,
Right.
directly from the companies that want to support those platforms for providing your attention, your clicks, to those ads.
So Shane, I'm going to interrupt right there. So
Yeah.
you're saying from a user perspective, right? Now we can now monetize on that
Exactly.
idea.
Yeah.
Right? Okay.
There's a internet browser, just like your Internet Explorer or Mozilla Firefox. Exactly, Pete. Called Brave.
Right.
And what Brave does, you have two options as the user. One is it completely strips the websites of all paid advertisements.
Yes.
And it's kind of fascinating using this browser and seeing how much of some of your favorite web pages are advertisements.
Right,
because it
right.
does a great job of identifying them and then blocking them from the user's perception.
Oh, wow.
So you can do that, and that's actually, in my case, that's what I choose to do. Or you can opt in and just say, hey, I want my web viewing experience to include ads.
Right.
So you opt in, and then the companies that want to support that platform, that feel it's a good investment, deliver the ads to you in the same way you'd see it on a regular browser directly.
Right.
For viewing those ads, you get a token called BAT, which is the basic attention coin.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
Part of Brave, yeah.
Sounds like money.
Right.
I know that.
It's time to go ad searching. Right?
There you go. For real. Go ahead.
Yep. No, to drop directly into your wallet.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
So it's just it's just one of the many products out there that's already bringing those ideas. The idea of having decentralized assets that aren't owned by Amazon, Netflix, Facebook,
Right.
and just that are owned by the actual individual that's doing the activity on the website. So
Makes sense.
yeah.
Now let's hop it on the culture side, okay? Now you don't no, correct me if I'm wrong, P Fire. You done said you don't went to Mojave. Check,
Oh, wow.
right?
A sign.
Right. You don't right.
Good sign.
Shout out to Motown. I'm a rattler for life. You done went to Legacy. Or did you say
Yeah,
Legacy?
Legacy.
You done did Legacy. Okay.
Cane Springs.
You give them something. You know what I'm saying? They you done went to Canyon. Go ahead. You know what I mean? Cheyenne. Right.
No. I ain't go to Cheyenne.
You didn't show-
I went
okay.
to Valley too. When I
You went to
first-
Valley too. Okay.
Okay.
So let's talk about history right now. We're talking about a man who sits in the middle of two worlds that most people don't think can even come together.
Right.
But he's sitting in between technology and hip hop.
Yes.
All right? And he brought this deal to his community
Yes.
where now we're talking about Web3 jobs in the hip hop industry for our urban youth.
Yeah, that's amazing.
This company's all the way from New York.
That's great. Yeah.
They could be anywhere in the world working with any community.
Yeah.
But because of this man right here, P Fire, he's
Yep.
been able to convince them to give our community the shot to create jobs in the hip hop industry. These young people, we have the opportunity to work with some of their favorite rap stars,
Yes.
and we can build a sustainable workforce
And
that
get
can,
credit for it, right?
yes,
Yeah.
and get paid, get credit, all types of opportunities here. P Fire, tell me about what is it like being that cultural expert at the table at a tech company, making sure that the culture is represented at all times in everything that y'all do. Tell us
bridge,
about that. I mean,
the
you're the bridge.
bridge,
How
yeah.
does that? How does it like being
Take
the
it
bridge?
to the bridge.
Well, I say first and foremost, let's clap for y'all because y'all helped put this together for real.
Oh, thanks. You know what I'm
Definitely
saying?
helped
Valentine,
us.
yeah.
That's it. Y'all came to New York, and really, leap of faith and just didn't know nothing about Dropp and came. So, have y'all not came, I don't think this would have got together like that. You know
And
what I mean?
shout outs to DT, man, Dante
Yeah,
Scott
DT.
for even
Yeah.
bringing us all together,
Yeah.
man. That's
DT
another
don't
leader.
Everybody.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
yeah.
So I mean, it's dope. Again, when it first happened, I was working with Dropp on the platform side, as an artist, and then we kind of took I was blessed enough to for them to take me in when they switched directions.
Okay.
So for me, I started learning about it. I always heard NFT this, right? And as an artist, I think we stray away from that because we like instant gratification, right? I think most of us do.
You talk about our culture, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
let's get real.
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
Right, so like we want that see it now, want it now, like
Microwave,
yeah,
right?
Yeah, because
No more home cooking,
It's
right?
still foreign to our ear, so it's kind of like,
Yeah.
right?
Because like I was even watching like a little baby documentary, and it was saying like our culture mostly come from like the streets, the hustling, right?
Yep.
And he was saying how he didn't want to do shows because he's so used to the fast money, so he didn't like the front end or the back end, right? So I think for me, it was different, right? But then when I got to learn about it more, the Shanes and getting put on it more and learning about the ownership and the NFTs and being the fact that we could take control of our music now.
Yes.
It's a different direction, right? So bridging that gap, I think, is dope, right? Because a lot of times we don't get taught tech.
No.
No.
We're not getting taught that.
No.
You know what I mean?
We miss Web 2.0. And I feel like we can't afford, like our community can't afford to miss
That's right.
Yeah.
seat at the table for Web 3.0. So
That's right.
We will get left behind. I feel
Yeah.
like we will. You know what I
Yep.
mean? And
Yeah.
now I think what this is doing is bridging this gap. It makes it cool to be part of the tech, right? To be in those
Yes.
conversations.
Yeah.
To finally be in that, because a lot of times, like you said, we miss that. So
Yeah.
when you have no idea about something, you can't really converse with people that know about that, right?
And it's all about exposure, right? I mean, at the end of the day, cultures evolve because of the exposure
Yes.
that,
Yeah.
that they lack or they have, right? I just heard a great story from somebody that was just telling me, I didn't even know this, and I'm a history buff. I love history. I don't even know how much it's true. I haven't fact checked this yet, right?
Yeah.
I just literally heard this today. Somebody was telling me that Columbus, when he came to one of these tribes that he conquered, he knew that a red moon, like an eclipse, was coming.
Wow.
And he told them that basically you guys better, get down or lay down, because if not, my God is going to flood the earth and all these type of things. He's using his knowledge of the eclipse,
Right.
and they're like, oh yeah, whatever.
Power against them.
And then 3 days later,
It happened.
now it happens, and they're like, oh my goodness, we got to follow this guy. He's right. And I always use this quote. I forgot where I got it from, but throughout history, if you don't understand the technology, it's magic to you.
Yeah.
Right? You don't really know how that plane flies, you yourself, right? You know what I mean? But something that seems so sophisticated to you, once you get exposed to process and how things are,
Yes.
are happening, now that's when you can start seeing cultures evolve, right? And that's why I'm excited about this opportunity here that we can see hip hop expand to another level. Especially, it's near and dear to my heart because, Black music has been such a theme throughout the Black struggle, right? All the way going back to slavery, plantations, all the way to the church, right?
Right.
This whole evolution. But now we actually have the opportunity, right, to have ownership
Yes.
Which is crazy.
of this cultural product in a way and then leverage that in a way to change the conditions in our community like never before.
Yeah,
and that's what I see when I see Web3, an opportunity that the technology can transform, and not just even here in America.
Yeah, it gives everybody.
Third world countries,
the
right? Like
Sure.
with the blockchain and how they're able to have access to banking like that now compared to the infrastructure that would be needed in a traditional banking system. They can just, it's people that don't have electricity, but they got crypto. They're on the blockchain.
Right.
That's crazy because they got a phone.
I think the most important thing is a lot of us, like who lack that knowledge, right? We want to know how. We just don't know where to start, right?
Yeah. Oh
and
man,
how to begin.
Yeah.
And it's restricted because we don't have access to these conversations.
Yeah.
So once you bridge that gap, we have access to these conversations. Now you learn. Because I always tell people, no matter what, you confidence, and you build confidence in what you know.
Yes.
You know about something, right? If you watch basketball day, you could talk about LeBron, right? You could brag. So people brag about and they feel happy about that. Confidence comes from what you know. So if it's something you don't know, you shy away from those conversations.
Yeah.
So
and you shouldn't.
Exactly. So the fact that bridging this gap is so dope because now, I feel like the culture, we get to talk about these things now, and we get to step in different rooms with people that don't look like us.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And like with people that have degrees. You know what I mean? That you would think that you would never have, but now you can do that.
Bro, you don't understand what that means for the culture. Like, you went to these schools, and now you're working with a multi-million-dollar Web3 tech company, and you were in those classrooms, right? You get on drive, and you're a rapper. But when you go, so now when they see like, what? Like, I can be in tech and be a rapper? Like that right there, that exposure it's already changing lives right now with this one podcast. And somebody's like, oh, snaps, I can do that?
Yeah. And like I said, I appreciate the Dropp team from, Shane to CEO Gerbs to Idolo.
Yes.
To Chris Kelly, the co-founder, CEO, co-founder, to Darren. I mean, it's so many. I hope I ain't missing nobody. Joe Sticker.
Just say the team.
I know, right?
Say the team. Gotta help.
But it's a dope circle that we got that embraced me, that's teaching me.
Man, when we
ain't teaching me every day, man.
No, and and this is what we knew. We knew as community leaders, we take our job serious. And we're like, okay, let's go check out these New Yorkers, right? You know what I'm trying to say? They talking fast, but let's go check out these New Yorkers, right?
Let's go check them out.
Let's go check them out. So when we get out there.
You gotta tell them how you took the train and you went crazy by yourself, right?
Oh,
yeah, by yourself. Okay, I was in the room, enjoying the room. Right. I was like, it's too late.
Listen, man. I watched too much Paid in Full and too much.
Was determined.
Dipset. I gotta go to Harlem. I know, right? Like she's like, it's 10 o'clock at night.
I wanted to go too, but just
you were a little nervous.
Next day in the morning.
You were a little nervous about the subway.
Not at night.
But I respect you so much for doing that because a lot of times when you travel, you get to be sensitive to other people's cultures. And what you did is you went and got out your comfort zone and went to, your passion to learn the culture of New York City. So that's dope. Because a lot of people won't do that. Yeah. So that speaks volumes about who you are. Like that's how much you want.
Any city I pull up, I gotta go to Martin Luther. I gotta find him.
Yeah, you
right?
told me that.
Me too, but in the morning.
He told me that. I was like, oh no, he's determined.
Yeah, in the morning.
But when we got there though, and this is this is just the first of many podcasts, many discussions. This is a partner now. We're at the table. Yeah. You guys are going to be following this story with us, seeing how this thing unfolds. What we're using this platform is we believe this is the new way of fundraising.
Yes.
Because too many times people just sit here and they read reports all day and be like, well, you don't know what's really going on, right? But here at CBG, all our stories, all our projects, you're going to see footage, you're going to see testimonials, you're going to see vlogs, you're going to see the people at the table making those decisions. You're going to be able to live out that experience with us so you know where your dollars are going and what projects in the community that are actually making impact that you really need to get behind and support, right? 100%. And I know that this Dropp project is going to be one of those projects. Yeah. And when we got there to the city, we knew, okay, this is the partner we've been looking for.
Yay.
Because when we got to their party, if you even want to call it.
Yes.
We don't know what we don't know what we're walking in. It's a hip hop scene. We don't know, right? Yeah. We don't really drink. We don't smoke. We don't really do nothing. We don't know if we're going to be but we loved the vibe. You had little kids
Family
there.
there,
You had
moms
families
were there,
there.
babies
Politicians were there.
Yeah.
Bankers. I mean, you had uptown, downtown,
Yeah.
Brooklyn, right?
Yeah. It
And
made
we're
me
like,
comfortable. Yeah.
and they were all in a room,
Respectful.
respectful.
Yeah.
Love was
Yeah.
in the air, and we
Yeah.
were like, that's the company we want to work for it
That makes
because
sense.
they get community engagement on a whole nother level, right? That's what we
Yeah.
take pride in, bringing so many different diverse worlds together for one common purpose.
Yeah.
So with that being said, my brothers, we're excited about working with y'all. Thank y'all
Appreciate
for coming
man.
out.
Let's clap for
We're gonna-
y'all, man.
Clap for this whole project. Clap for you, the
Yeah.
community.
For real.
Because you get the chance, North Las Vegas, to change the world by getting behind this Dropp Labs project
Yes.
and really seeing Web3 take off and creating these jobs that's going to transform the way we live as human beings on this planet. Last, why don't you take us out, babe?
Can I say one thing first?
Go ahead and then take us out.
Well, I wanted to share with you guys and the community that one thing that's helped me understand Web3 is I feel like you have to know where you've been, where you come from, to know where you're going.
Yes.
So for me, understanding the differences, right, between Web 1.0, 2.0, and now 3.0, I was like, oh,
Yeah, that
wow,
helps.
that
Yeah.
helped a lot. So you guys take a note, that helps. So it's
Yes.
going to help. Knowing again where you've been, where you come from, and now where you're going.
There you go.
100%.
All right.
And we're ready. On
Yep,
that
there you
note,
go.
guys, thank you so much for coming.
y'all for
Come
having
back
us.
anytime.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah, Mr. P Fire, Mr. Shane. I love your last name, Winter. Okay? And we're the Melchelle Show. We'll be back at you guys next week.
Yeah,
Thank you. Bye. Good job, guys.